Hello, my amiable students. In this lesson, we'll be looking at population or world population. Our lesson objectives will be global population, definition of population, and other variables or terms associated with population and factors that leads to population explosion, low population density, and others. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to define population. 2. Describe or identify the terms associated with population, and also know the types of population that we have in the world. 3. You should be able to identify factors that affect population. First, let's define population. Population is used to denote the number of persons living in a geographical area at a given point in time with reference to variables like natality or birth rate, death rate, migration, among others. Natality rate or birth rate is used to denote the number of births or children born per thousand in a given point in time into a geographical region or area. Death rate is the number of persons that died in a given total population of an area over time in 1 year. Migration is the influx or outflow of people into a given geographical region that has the tendency of reducing or increasing its total population or leading to growth in the population. We can look at population from different perspectives like economic, political, geographical, and others. When we look at population from the viewpoint of the total land area available, we have the following types of population. 1. We have densely populated area or an area with high population density. That means the geographical region is well compacted or congested with people to the total land area available. Then moderately populated area is where the number of persons in the geographical space is in equilibrium or balance with the total land area available. What that means is the land is well covered by people and there is still enough space for other investment or other structures. Examples of such places in the world, we have the Scandinavian countries or lands, West Africa, and the steppe South Africa. Areas that are densely populated in the world are Northeast America, Canada, the Nile Valley, West and Central Europe, and Mosul, Asia. And Nile Valley is densely populated due to agricultural reasons or the plane or structure of the land. Sparsely populated areas in the world or areas with low population density means that the number of persons living in such geographical space are too scanty, the people are few, and they have large land area that is uncovered by people. That means we have enough space and structure with the area still remaining to be in waste or wasted or lying fallow without human occupation or structural occupations. Examples of such places in the world, we have highlands like Himalayas, Atlas, Andes, and Mount Everest, among others. We also have coldlands like Iceland, Greenland, among others. Deserts like Atacama, Sahara, Namib, among others. Then we have wetlands and jungles, like areas in the Amazon jungle that are mainly congested with forest trees without structure and human existence. We also have Zaire or Congo. Talking about population density, we can determine population density mathematically by looking at total population and the land area available. How do we do this? We divide the total population with the total land area available. That means the number of persons is divided by the total space that the persons were supposed or need to occupy in the country. Knowing this, we can also determine total population if we know the population density and total land area to be covered. Mathematically, that would be by multiplying population density with total land area to be covered. Looking at the population in terms of resources that are available in a country, whether natural resources or any other endowment, we have the following types of population. We have overpopulation in a place where the number of persons are more than the available resources to be utilized. Then, when we say optimum population, that means the number of persons and the resources to be utilized are in equilibrium or balanced. Then we also have underpopulation. Underpopulation is a situation where the number of persons are fewer or few compared to the available resources to be utilized. Then there will be low utilization capacity due to wastage or lack of engagement of certain resources. The study of population, like the science and art of population as a discipline, is referred to as demography. So demography is the study of population and all its elements. Then census is used to denote the head count of persons or people in a country in order to determine its total population. When we talk about population growth, we are talking about the influx of people or increase of people or the total population of a country due to increase in its natality rate compared to outflow and death rate. That means the influx of people into the country by birth and by migration or any other means is higher or greater than outflow and death rates. The growth can be rapid, that is when it is increasing at a fast rate, either by planning or natural processes. Then it can also be slow growth. Factors that determine the population size, density, or other variables in a country are: 1. Physical factors. Such physical factors can be edaphic, like when we talk about the structure of the land or the soil. Valleys, plains, and areas that have alluvial soil or fertile soil, like Irrawaddy Valley and others, are very populated. Then, where water is available, where you have high hydrological structure or high drainage structure in the area, like Western Europe and Republic of South Africa, those places are normally or naturally populated or densely populated. Then we also have natural endowment. Natural endowment makes an increase or growth in population of certain places in the world where we have diamond, oil, gold, among others. Port Harcourt, Warri in Nigeria and Republic of South Africa, where we have high population explosion in Pretoria and Whitewater Strand due to gold availability and diamond. We also have United States of America in that order. Relief is another physical factor that affects population. Plains, natural plains in the world, Structurally depressed areas or structurally undulating areas in the world are more populated than highlands. Others are valleys and plain or lowlands, which support huge population due to the soil or edaphic composition that make up such plains. We also have human factors like urbanization. People are drawn into urban centers or pushed into urban centers to look for job, to live flamboyant lifestyles. Examples are Lagos, Abuja, Pretoria, Dubai, among others. We also have two places that are highly populated in the world like Shanghai and India due to urbanization that is growing in such areas. People are moving from Philippines, Nepal and others into such places. Then we also have industrialization or economic human factors which lead to population growth or high population density. This has happened in North and Central Europe, Canada, Pittsburgh in United States, Cologne in Germany, among others. We also have another human factor to be cultivation or agricultural increase or agriculturalization. Examples of places where agro increase or agro yield has led to growth in population are the plains or depressed areas in the world like the Downs of Australia, the Pampas of Argentina, temperate grassland and the steppe and West Africa. Migration and good structural urban and regional planning or transportation can also lead to population growth like we have in Japan, Europe and South Africa. Then another human factor that decreases population or decreases population growth to low density is war or natural disaster. War zones like Serbia and Herzegovina province, Zaire, Liberia are having low population density due to the wars that were fought in those areas. Areas that have been reduced in their population density due to natural disaster are Sudan, Eritrea, among others. With these factors, we can determine the merit and demerits of all population types that we have specified earlier in all perspectives. Merits of high population density are adequate labor force. Where people are many, we have many professionals to take different jobs and drive the country towards prosperity. Examples: Western Europe, Germany, and Great Britain. We also have drive towards urbanization like we have seen in Shanghai, Osaka, and other Japan cities. Then high population density can also be very good for greater and high quality of market like we have in Nigeria, India, Osaka, where most people are likely to invest due to the huge number of persons living in the country. Optimal utilization of resources. Where human beings are highly concentrated, their resources is well planned in order to go around and to make a difference for the country or to make revenue for their government. Disadvantages of high population density: we have traffic congestion and congestion of people in the area, which can likely lead to burning, diseases and accidents. Development of slums. Areas that are highly populated, when they are experiencing prosperity or increase in income, those that are poor will now leave the cities if they cannot be able to pay and develop low housing estates or slums in other peripherals or outskirts of the cities. Then we have increased in crime rate. Those that cannot get jobs, those that cannot be employed or are not engage will now look for things to do by victimizing and destroying the properties or looting the properties of others. Then we also have high unemployment rate. Areas where we have population explosion, it will be very difficult to get engaged in employment in such areas because the rate of competition and the rate of experience will be high, and those without experience will be underutilized or undermined. So with that, problems of housing, scarcity of resources, and other deteriorations like environmental pollution will follow. What are the merits of optimum population? All the factors that have been mentioned above will be perfect in an optimum population area. The merit of low population density will be free flow of traffic because the people are not many. There will not be pollution or otherwise anything that will harm the natural resources in the area. Then we also have low crime rate because everybody will be engaged and there will be high capacity utilization in the area. Then we also have lack of pressure on the available resources because the available resources will be able to go around and the government will be able to manage everybody. Examples are Scandinavian countries and other countries in Western Europe that have low population growth. There will be increase in per capita income or income per head. The government, the income they make in a year will be able to reach everybody and engage or provide for the citizens in their country. Then there will be low pressure on amenities like pipe-borne water, electricity, and others. Then the demerits of areas where we have low population density are the labor force will be inadequate because they are few or the persons in the country are few. Then the professionals will also be few and certain jobs will not be created, and where certain jobs are created there will not be people to man them. Then the need to increase such population will now be a burden on their government. There will now be low revenue for such government because taxes that are paid will be low and the people paying taxes will be few or fewer in the country. The level of development in such country will also be low or hampered depending on the level of industrialization, socialization, and enlightenment in the country. Then there will be low level of government investment because the revenue that is incurred to government or the taxes that reach government is also poor. Then the base for their market will be very low. There will also be low capacity to utilize resources in such countries. In class, we will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of other types of population as they come up by time. So, carefully listen or watch this video and